always there.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a fan bragging story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin' hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. When was the last time you put any time into the thought process of your customer experience?
You know, we have a friend of ours who is actually in the middle of writing a book. He talks a lot about that customer experience, but he's writing one that is talking about how we are frustrating our customers, right, and why they are leaving. And I think it must be so cleansing for him to kind of share the other side of the story, because we're always talking about how do you improve that customer experience? Right. How do you train your staff to connect with them? How do you handle it when something goes wrong?
Yeah, his book is You're Not Doing It.
It's all the things that companies do to frustrate their customers. And it's not necessarily just that our employees have bad behavior. There's all sorts of other stories, but let's talk about that customer experience.
Yes.
And this is an element when we're talking about putting our business together, and all the, we think about branding, we've got logos, here's our website. We put all these pieces together, the inventory and who we are and what we're going to sell and what the font is and what the colors are. But what is the customer experience going to be? And I think as business owners, we take for granted that it's going to be awesome.
Right.
But really, how often is it awesome? Right. Really, when you're on the receiving end of customer service, how awesome is it really awesome? And for those times that it is really awesome, do you think it is really awesome by chance, or because that was the way it was planned to be from the very beginning?
I think it's because it's planned. I call it planned spontaneity. That it looks like we're just, seeing things for the first time or experiencing something for the first time and serendipity, right? Mm-hmm. But the most serendipitous moments in a customer's experience have been orchestrated from before they ever knew they had an itch for what you serve.
I watched a documentary on the airplane that was talking about airports and kind of the behind the scenes of airports.
Sure.
And it was fascinating. Atlanta is actually one of our most popular airports in the country as far as number of people that come throughout the day.
Right.
And as they were designing the airport, some of the things that they put into it to create this customer experience,
right,
of moving, and they move a lot of people. Disney moves a lot of people, and you wouldn't think that the movement of people is part of that customer experience.
Sure.
And yet it is right there at the center, especially if they've got to move somewhat through your store, move somewhat through your sales process. They are moving. And so, when we think about that customer experience, is really about moving our customers, not only physically through our sales process, but emotionally
through. Absolutely.
Yes. Because it is far more emotional than we give credit to. So back to this airport.
Yeah.
What was kind of fascinating, Eric, is they design like the tiles in the floor, almost like arrows to guide you.
Sure.
And the way that the lighting was above, to move, like just to kind of move people
psychologically
through, right?
Pushing you through.
Yes.
Get you on your way.
And signage was something, not a lot of signage, because what happens when you read a sign? You stop.
You do.
You stop. And they realized that the more words and stuff on signs was causing blockages. Oh. And so less signs and more just, less words on the signs and just really quick and easy so that you could keep going.
You can even take this one step further, even in your own business. And I know a couple of businesses who do. wouldn't it be nice when you walk into the next location where you're going to be a customer and you smell the aroma of freshly brewed espresso? Or how about fresh made pancakes, right? Or cookies.
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah, I think you should. I don't think we can stop it.
Storytelling today. So my husband and I went on a cruise back in November.
Yes, you did.
It's my husband's first cruise ever. And I'm really not a cruiser because I get seasick.
Okay.
But I woke up one morning and really early, and we were pulling into the port.
Yeah.
And I got all excited because I think it's really cool to watch the ships actually pull into this little tiny dock, big giant ship parking this. I think it's impressive. So I scrambled up out of bed, got dressed, and I went and I watched on deck the ship pull in. But it was super early in the morning. And so on the way back, I grabbed a cup of coffee for my husband.
Gotta love that.
So that when he woke up, he'd have a cup of coffee. Well, when I came back to the room, he was still sound asleep. So I just put the coffee on the little dresser thing that they have there, and I crawled back to bed and I went back to sleep.
Yeah.
Well, he tells me later, he says, I woke up and I could smell coffee.
Yeah.
But I didn't know why he could smell coffee. It was this really random thing because there shouldn't be a smell of coffee.
Right. Everything else is the way it was when we closed our eyes.
Yeah. So he goes back to sleep, but he's like, I can really smell coffee.
Powerful dream he's having.
Right. And so some scents have such powerful emotion for people. Coffee can often be
absolutely
one of those that energizes and excites.
You used to tell the story of your husband wafting you with coffee. He would make a cup of coffee and then blow the aroma into your face while you were sleeping. Yeah. I think he just wanted you to get up.
He would, yeah. That was how he would wake me up.
Right.
But it would wake me up. I'm like, oh, there's coffee. I'm awake now.
Right.
Like a little puppy. But
it's the experience.
It's the experience. So the experience of when you think about the customer experience, it isn't just we're going to sell them this thing and we're going to do a good job. We're going to be polite and we're going to be nice and we're going to try and make it simple and not complicated. That's really the customer service.
That's right.
Part of it. And I think we all have an element of the customer service of how we're going to get their money in exchange for our product or service.
Sure.
But when we take it and we rise, to that next level, we raise the bar and say, okay, now because this is an experience economy, that if we can create an experience that is remarkable, whereas our customers will remark about it.
Yeah, they're actually talking about it.
They're going to say something. They might take a selfie with it, take a picture.
Because it's a positive experience.
Yes. This is what we're after. Because if we don't create a memorable, remarkable customer experience and we just provide good customer service.
Oh, nothing will happen.
Nothing will happen.
And that's bad. And not only that, they'll probably go somewhere else the next time because you didn't wow them.
And it's a wow. It's
the
wow factor. And where is that wow factor created? We in our office did something that is so simple.
Yeah.
So simple, but gets the wow factor. Oftentimes people stop and take a picture with it. They take a selfie, right? They're super excited. They feel incredibly welcomed by it.
What could be this unbelievable technological, uncanny thing that people want to take selfies and post it on the interwebs? It's a chalkboard.
It's our chalkboard.
A chalkboard.
That says welcome, and we write their name on it in chalk.
Right.
So it's not even a digital screen. It's not anything permanent, but it does say, we were expecting you. We're glad you're here.
Yeah.
And
you're a part of our plans today.
And it makes such a difference when people see their name. And I've seen it all sorts of different ways where, they print it up on a piece of paper. They write it on one of those glow boards, like whatever it is. You were expecting me.
That's right.
And because of that, I feel special. And when I feel special, now I've had an emotional reaction. I've had an emotional connection. I want to share that with others. So when I share that with others, that's word of mouth marketing right there. Because out of my words, my mouth, your marketing, right? And it still is. It is a chalkboard. And it is one of those things that, so as you start thinking about every interaction that your customer has with you, whether that's your your emails, your voicemails, your bills, your invoices.
It's an opportunity to build loyalty
every step of the way.
That's right.
And so it's the customer experience. So go back into, bring your team together and say, okay, we do this and we do this well. How can we take it up a notch?
It makes me want to sing. I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and bright. Should I finish it?
Yes.
And I pity any girl who isn't me tonight. That's Julie Andrews. We'll be back right after these messages. Just look into your customer experience. That's a good idea. Back after this.